Hello everyone, Jonathan Casey here with Mercury's Messenger Astrology. Good to see everyone. So today I want to talk about the Church of Notre Dame de Paris fire that happened April 15th of 2019. So, it came to my attention that this happened basically a year before COVID, and it set off a light bulb, set off some alarms. So I went and checked out the chart. So here, where is my cursor? Here we go. Here we have on April 15th, just before 1820. Okay, 1820, and it lasted 15 hours approximately. So I went and brought the chart to 15 hours prior. I put it to 3:33 a.m. Just because that time marks some importance to me from some experiences that I've had with Saturn and him turning retrograde just 2 weeks later from this date. Anyhow, what I wanted to talk about here is this grand fire trine that's going on with the Sun, the Moon, and Jupiter. Just to, before I go any further, we are in Aries season. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Anyhow. So the Sun here in Aries, being the first, it's new. Basically, it's the astrological new year. Aries is about beginnings, so something new. The Sun is at the bottom of the chart here, which is kind of interesting. But let's move along. The Sun is at 24 degrees, as well as the Moon in Leo. So Leo is rule. Okay, and Jupiter is also at 24 degrees of his own sign, Sagittarius. This is beliefs. Okay, so new rule of beliefs. The new rule, the new way to rule through beliefs could even be what that triangle's talking about. Okay, now I'm talking about something new, even though we're witnessing the end of this church, the burning of it. Okay, but for anything new, something old has to rise out of the ashes, if you've ever heard of that term. Okay, and what do we have? We have this the Sun squaring the nodes. The North Node, the direction we're heading, is in Cancer, a new way of feeling secure, a new security, a new shell, that kind of thing going on there. And opposing it is the South Node in Capricorn. This is institutions. So we're leaving institutions. We're leaving a structure, so to say. And we also have Pluto here. Pluto being that connection to the Phoenix. So out of the burning the old is what's going on in that aspect there. Okay, so the chart is already foretelling quite a bit, and I mentioned how this time 3:33 a.m. Meant something to me with Saturn. Where do we have Saturn? We have Saturn on the horizon. The red line here is the horizon, this side being dawn, this side being dusk. And so Saturn is on the dawn, and that has importance. I can't really tie it in on the chart so much. Maybe I could if I sat with it a lot longer. But we have that Saturn Jupiter conjunction happening in Aquarius. We really feel a shift in ages going on right now. I really think the Mayans were talking about 2020 and not 2012. Um, and yeah, so Saturn being the traditional ruler as well of Aquarius. Uh, Now that we've discovered Uranus, Uranus is the modern ruler, but Saturn still has affiliation. He's the secondary ruler of Aquarius. Um, and I really don't know what more to say except for Saturn is just above the horizon, one one degree above the horizon, so visible in the sky um, at this time. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead 1 year and back a couple days to the 22nd of April. Sorry, I'm still in April. Of March. I want to bring us to the 22nd of March. And I want to just advance the hours a bit because we don't need to be in the middle of the night. Let's bring us to, I don't know, 11 a.m. I guess. I don't really feel like the chart that I was really wanting to talk about was the last one. I just brought this chart up for just a small reference of Saturn entering Aquarius and the date being March 22nd. So I'm recalling back 1 year from now, and I remember in the news around maybe the 12th of March or so, basically the kids weren't, there was going to be an extended March break because of this virus thing. But the general public did not receive restrictions and lockdown until I believe it was the 22nd. It might have been the 23rd. I just remember looking at the chart and being like, Saturn. I'm almost positive it was the 22nd because Saturn entered Aquarius that very same day. And Saturn being restrictions and Aquarius being on the people. Okay? It could also be Saturn being the great teacher and teaching us to get along. Those are the two ways that I look at that. And so to me, bam, right away, this was not about a virus, but it was about our governors, because Saturn could represent the parent, the teacher, the authority, basically, the government, the police, anyone who is in a position of authority, and Aquarius being people. So that told me everything I really needed to know about this. And I had said that, let's go now back to the date of the 15th of April, but 1 year later, this is where I said restrictions were going to start to come off because Saturn, wait a minute, April 15th, 2020. Well, why? Oh, maybe I'm thinking May? Not 2 months, 1 month. May. Oh, okay. Anyhow, it wasn't exactly 1 year. It's 1 year and 1 month. I had said anyhow that restrictions were going to start to come off around May 15th. In my area, they actually started coming off on the 12th. And the 12th is when. Let's go back one more day. One more day. Huh. Why is it showing this now? Probably because I'm in Paris rather than Sudbury, so it's completely different. Um, but yeah, locally for Sudbury, Saturn for some reason stationed, because I was just on this chart like 2 days ago. Saturn stationed um, on the 12th of May, and that's when some restrictions in my area came off. Um, I thought it was not going to be until he actually started backing up, not just stopping. But hey, a couple days early was fine by me, especially when I think this is all one big farce. Science being the new religion, okay? Christianity, the church, symbolic representation of the old system of belief burning, and the new science religion taking over, okay? So that's what I wanted to point out here. Now, Saturn, what I feel about Saturn, I just said this yesterday. I put out a post and then noticed, what I noticed about Saturn again yesterday. Let's go back. What did Saturn, I think, just entered Aquarius. Maybe not yesterday, but Saturn had, yeah, it would have been yesterday. So Saturn entered Aquarius yesterday. I looked this up after I shared this post on my thoughts of Saturn. And those thoughts are: authority lies within, okay? Excuse me, Saturn in Aquarius, authority lies within. So you can keep listening to Saturn, to authority, or you can master your own Saturn, be your own authority, and yeah, become one with, when you rise above and you master yourself. Because I look at Saturn as, he's kind of has that devil archetype, okay? But it's about breaking the chains. Is the tarot symbolic representation of the devil card, and the breaking of the chains is about freeing yourself, and you free yourself by becoming your own authority, by gaining your own sovereignty, and yeah, geez, when I bought this house the first night, I heard someone yell a street over. I wasn't sure if someone was breaking into something in his backyard or if it was the raccoons in his backyard, but he said, "Oh, you fucked up," and get him, to his dogs. But the whole thing played in my mind a little bit, and I don't know, did I give up my sovereignty? Did I give up my self-authority? It's a question that I'm still, I don't know, I feel like I deserve to have some nice things and some comfort, because life's been pretty hard for me the past couple years in the winter. I had a camp, but it's more a seasonal camp. For some years I was able to stay there year round. Uh, it was on a native reserve, and when I worked on the reserve for um, the marina campground, they allowed me to stay there. I continued working on the reserve, but not for the marina campground. Um, and anyhow, I wasn't able to stay there in the winter. So, you know, um, I don't know. I feel in a lot of ways that uh, that I've let a lot of who I've always been die out. I kind of felt like it was letting go. Pluto was leading me in a certain direction, but I don't know. Like uh, maybe where Pluto lies in my own chart is in the sign of Libra in the second house, and it's about having a good relationship with yourself, and you'll find your power when you do. And in a way, I've just kind of I don't value myself enough, I guess, and I've been allowing Pluto to take away who I am. I need to, I keep saying I need to, I should, um, and that's a bad habit for me. I'm lacking the motivation, I guess, the the, the passion or desire um, to become my best self. And what I experienced, I mentioned earlier about 2019 when Saturn went retrograde 2 weeks after the church. I had my experience at 3:33 a.m. Um, I feel like it was an awakening, and the awakening is terrifying, and it's a fight, flight, or freeze scenario. It's the call of adventure, the monomyth, the story of the hero. Um, and, you know, I let that opportunity, a lot of opportunities, slide between my fingers. I'm finding it difficult to get back on path. Um, I feel in a way though it might be the only way forward um, in regards to this new age, this new world. It's really about becoming your best self. And when Pluto finally gets over to Aquarius in um, 2024, one of my last videos talked a little bit about this. But, it might be really like evolve or die kind of deal. Um, Now, Pluto will be, I think, in that sign for 12 years. So it's not like bam, 2024, but maybe it is. Um, it's hard. Uh, you know, I don't really have all the answers. I'm just kind of speculating myself from the information that I have, and um, through the channeling of the ability that I'm connected with in regards to the cosmos. So, um, yeah, basically, I'm saying I think the only way to continue um, in this lifetime is to become our own authority, to evolve, uh, to become our best selves, because they're going to try and, you won't be able to do certain things if you don't get vaccinated. kind of deal. So they might make it really challenging for you to work. And so the only way that you can actually profit, or not profit, but just survive, would be to have alternative forms of bartering or income, through manifesting your best talent and putting your best foot forward. So yeah, that's my video for today. Thanks for watching. Um, and yeah, kind of this video went in places I didn't really expect it, and I'm glad it did, because I've managed to even connect it to my own story. And doing these videos is me still believing in myself to a certain extent, and it is one step in putting my best self out there. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and talk to you guys soon.